to my YouTube channel Pilates with M. Today's workout is a full body mat Pilates class. You don't need any equipment, but if you do have light dumbbells at home, you're more than welcome to grab them. I have some 1 kg dumbbells here, or if you have ankle weights, that could be a good alternative. We will probably use them on the ankles and on the wrists at some point, but like I said, you definitely don't need any extra equipment. It's just for those of you who have it. Alright, we're going to get started. So I would just pop any equipment that you have off to the side. We're going to come into a 4-point kneeling position. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're just going to start with a little bit of cat-cow. So you exhale round through the spine. You're going to look towards your knees. And then inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, you're going to gaze forward. Exhale, you round. And inhale, you drop the belly. So I just want you to start to pair the breath here. In Pilates, we pair movement with breath, so that our breathing can be as efficient as possible. So we really want to think about exhaling when you round and scoop that belly. Inhale, can you open through that chest, let the shoulder blades come away from your ears. Good. Maybe you start to get a little bit bigger with those cat-cow movements. If it feels good, you can also wag the tail, or you can do a couple of circles here. Just whatever feels good to get a little bit of mobility into the spine. We're going to be here for last 5, last 4, last 3, 2. From here, come to a nice straight back. We're going to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, and then exhale, thread the hand all the way through. The left hand can reach up. Can you grab your right thigh with your left hand? If you're doing that, you want to think about opening through that left elbow. If that's too much today, you can leave your left hand down on the floor to support you. Try and keep the hips nice and square, so careful you're not shifting onto one side. Release that left hand down. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, open the arms up nice and wide. And then bring the hand back down under the shoulders. We're going to go straight onto the other side. So breathe in, left arm reaches up. And then exhale, you gently thread that left arm through, bringing your left shoulder down onto the mat. Now if that feels good for you, you can reach that right arm up and then wrap the waist. Can you grab onto your left thigh? Again, think about opening through that right elbow. Good. And again, nice and square through those hips, so careful not to favour one side or the other. And then release the right hand down onto the floor, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. And then bring the hands all the way back down underneath your shoulders. Okay, we're going to start to switch on the core now. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Let your belly relax down towards the mat. As you exhale, I want you to start to tighten up through your core. So your abdominals are pulling in and up away from your waistband. And then inhale, the belly releases. So if you watch my belly, you can see it comes down as I breathe in, but not my spine. So my spine is still straight, but I breathe in, the belly relaxes. And then exhale, I draw my tummy muscles in and up and start to tighten through the front and side of the waist. And then every breath in, we just release. Exhale, can you get tighter and stronger with each rep here? You may start to feel the pelvic floor engage if that's something that's attainable for you. So as you exhale, can you draw the tummy muscles in? Can you lift up through the pelvic floor? You want to think about your coccyx and pubic bone drawing together, like there's almost like a zip from front to back. Good. On your next one, you're going to tuck the toes under. Breathe in. Exhale, draw the tummy muscles in and that rib cage closes. You're going to hover your knees an inch off of the floor. And then inhale, tap the knees down. Exhale, we shoot the hips up. Inhale, we lower. Good, we continue more like that. We exhale, lift. Nice and strong. We want that nice straight back. All we do is lower the knees down, the hips go down with it. And then exhale, we draw up, keeping that nice straight line. If you have access to mirror. It's really good to just check to make sure that you are definitely straight, especially women, we tend to be a little bit curvy in that lower back. So think about pressing that floor away, tummy muscles draw up. Last two. On your next one, lift all the way up and hold. Can you press back into a downward dog? First downward dog of the day, so you might feel a little bit tight in the hamstrings here. So happy for you to pedal out through the heels, just to release through those hamstrings and the back of the legs. You can again wag the tail if that feels good. We're going to start to flow through a knee hover and a downward dog. So you inhale, hover the knees. Exhale, you shoot back to a downward dog. So we're shifting the weight forward into the hands. The knees hover an inch. Now, if you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable through the wrists, what you can do is lower the knees down in between each rep, give yourself a little second. Or, something else that's really helpful, you can actually roll up the top of your mat so your wrists are higher than your fingertips, okay? You may even have like a rolled up towel that you can put underneath your hands. If you don't have any of that, maybe you just think about gripping your fingertips. So grip the mat with your fingers. So you have a slight bend through those hands and fingertips so the wrists don't feel so uncomfortable. Good. On your next one, can you hover the knees? Hold. Can you twist your knees to the right? Left hip drops down towards the mat and then inhale back to center. You can release in between each rep if you need to. Lift up. Or you twist the knees to the back, over to the left, and then back to center. Again, your choice if you want to drop down in between each rep, or if you want to stay lifted. So exhale, knees twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees twist. Inhale back to center. Good, so you can release down at any point. I know I'm going to be taking lots of breaths today, so if you're taking a rest, then I'm doing it with you, okay? Good, can you see if you can get that really nice twist in the obliques here? So you're finding that contraction in the side of the waist, okay? Exhale, make sure your tummy muscles are drawing up nice and tight towards your spine here. We're here for last 9. Last 8, can you stay up? Last 7, you got it? Last 6, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees. You can press all the way back into a child's pose. You can flip the palms up here to release a little bit through those wrists. You can also just roll the wrist side to side as well if that feels good. But if not, just enjoy the stretch here, that release through the upper body. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm. We're going to work through a little bit of some arm and leg work. This is your chance if you have weights to grab a weight. So you'll only want one dumbbell. And then you can also pop the ankle weights on now if you would like. I'm going to pop on the ankle weights just because I have them, so why not? Again, like I said, if you don't have them, they're really not essential. You're still going to feel this through the glutes without. But if you don't have ankle weights, or if you don't have dumbbells, you really want to think about your mind to muscle connection in these next few exercises. So really thinking about moving with intention, so you can really target the muscles. Okay, I hate to say it, we are coming back into a 4-point kneeling position. But what's really nice about the 4-point kneeling positions is that it really works through those shoulders without necessarily targeting them. So we get that really nice, strong upper body through supporting the body in a 4-point kneel. So it is beneficial, I promise. Again, if you need a rolled up towel for your wrist, please go ahead and grab one. Again, find your neutral spine. So give me one cow, one cat, and then find a straight back in between the two of those, okay? Pressing the floor away. Exhale, you're going to release your right arm up in line with the ear, and then lower it down to tap the floor. So exhale, you lift. Inhale, you lower. Okay, so you're going to feel the core switch on here. She's trying to stabilize us because we've released one of the hands. So now we only have 3 points on the floor. I want you to really feel what muscles you can feel in the back working to lift the arm up in line with the head and then bring it all the way back down. Now careful you're not releasing the rib cage here, so you want to keep that back nice and straight. You can do this with a dumbbell. It's actually quite heavy with a dumbbell, I would say. So today I'm actually going to do it without. I can still feel it without. And if you're feeling super strong, or if you have ankle weights, you could pop them on your wrists here. On your next one, guys, you're going to lift and hold that arm in line with the ears. Can you open out to the side, back to center, and we lower all the way back down to tap. So we lift, we open, we bring it back, and we tap. My left arm is literally shaking right now. So if yours is, same girl. You lift it forward, and you lower. Good work, guys. So we exhale, lift. Inhale to open. Try and keep that arm the same height the whole time, okay? On this next one, you're gonna hold the arm out to the side. Same again, we're gonna lower and tap, and lift. I want you to feel the back working here, so the lats engage, your shoulder and your left arm will be feeling it as well. Lift up through the abdominals. At any point you come up, you shake it off, you get back into your position. You can take as many rests as you need to today, just make sure you've got good alignment, that's all I ask. So if you feel your alignment is starting to shift, you come up, you shake it off, you go back down. That was a nice excuse for me to reset there. We lift, and we lower. We're here for last 5, last 4, 3, 2, extend the arm out to the side, reach the arm back in line with the hip, turn your palm in, we're going to bend the arm, shoot it forward. We bend it in, we shoot it back. So we're working through some triceps and overhead extensions here. When you extend to the back, you find that little squeeze in the back of the arms, so we're feeling the back of the arms work here. Good work, guys. If you're using that dumbbell, I massively applaud you. You must have super strong arms, because I could not face it today. Last 5. Good work, guys. Last 4. Last 3. And 2. Can you hold that arm back? We're just going to pulse the arms up and up. This is where mind to muscle becomes important, so don't just flop those arms up and down. Think about your triceps and the back of the arm contracting as you lift. We exhale and exhale. We have 3. We have 2. And 1. Good. Sit back onto your heels here. Open up through that chest. Clasp the palms. You can just relax here. Take a couple of nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Deceivingly hard, that exercise. We're going to work into some glutes now. So we're going to give the wrist a little bit of a break as well. Coming down onto your left forearm. Right hand comes on top. I want you to lift up through that chest. So it's really easy to twist in this position. So you want to try and keep your shoulders as square down to the mat as possible. We're going to start to work the right leg. So again, lift up through that core. Exhale. You're going to lift the right heel up into a donkey kick. Inhale to lower it back down. Exhale, we kick. Inhale, we lower. Don't look at the bottom of my socks because I've been teaching all morning and they're dirty. They're also inside out, so that's good. So if you see the bottom of my socks, no you didn't. Alright, so if you don't have ankle weights on, it's really important for you to fully flex that foot. I want you to think about the heel driving up towards the ceiling. That's going to help you to get that engagement through the back of the legs here. Again, you want to think like you're moving through honey. Sounds a little bit silly, but it just helps us to find that slow, controlled movement. Now, the more time under tension, the more the body and the muscles are going to work. So if you feel like you could do more here, slow it down. That's where the magic happens, when we move with slow, controlled movements. Good work. If you've got those ankle weights on, your legs will probably tire a little bit quicker. Mine are only about half a kg, I think, so not too crazy from me. If you had a resistance band, you could pause and grab a resistance band, but honestly, I think you're gonna feel it without. On the next one, hold. You're gonna add a hamstring curl. So you fully straighten the leg, you bend the knee back in, you lower it all the way down. So we lift. We inhale, extend. Feel your hamstring contract when you bring your heel. Think about your heel coming into your glutes, and then lower down. So I can feel both glutes working here. I hope you can too. The left glute is going to be stabilizing. So she's working to keep you stable and stop you from falling over. So if you can feel your left glute, some people feel the left glute more than the right here. That is quite normal. It just depends where your weaknesses are. On this next one, lift up and hold. We're just going to work through that hamstring curl. We press and bend. It's an inhale and exhale. Now, breathing wise, don't worry if you get mixed up. It's absolutely fine. You just want to try and breathe out on your effort. So on the bit that feels the hardest is when you want to breathe out. I will try my best to cue you, but honestly it's the hardest thing to get. Good work. On your next one, extend the leg, hold, and you point those toes. So find length through those toes. We're going to go for some rainbow kicks. So we come up, we tap the right leg across the left to the back diagonal of the mat. We lift up, we tap the outer edge. So we lift and tap. Maybe take your gaze with the leg here so you can fully follow that leg. Now, what we want to avoid is this, the rocking through the pelvis. So, it doesn't have to fully draw a semicircle. As you can see, my semicircles or my rainbows are not that big because what I'm trying to do is stabilize my pelvis and my core muscles. So every time you lift the leg, can you draw your core in? My glutes are on fire. I hope yours are too. If they're not, you have glutes of steel, and maybe you need to get some ankle weights. Good work. Last 5, last 4, last 3, last 2. Bring the legs back to the center, lower the legs all the way down. You're gonna take your left knee out to the side. We're gonna open the right leg out into a kneeling position. Whew. From here, you're gonna bring that left hand comes down, right arm is gonna reach up. From here, draw your tummy muscles in, stack your hips one on top of the other, exhale. We lift the right leg, inhale, we lower. Good, so we're in that side bend here. You're going to really work through those glutes. Now, if you couldn't feel them before, I really hope you can feel them now. You're going to start to feel the quads as well, possibly inner thighs if you are weak there. So if you can feel the legs working, you're doing it right, okay? Exhale, lift, draw the tummy muscles in. Inhale, you reach. Good, we're here for last 3. Last 2, can you keep that leg lifted? Reach the arm up and overhead. We're going to bring elbow to knee and extend. Ooh, this gets spicy. We bend and extend. It's an inhale and exhale. You want to go nice and small, shoot the glutes back, and then nice and long. We go for 5. We have 4. We have 3. We have 2. Give me one more here. On this one, you're going to hold that leg and arm nice and long. Hold it there. We pulse up for 10, 9, 8. Can you straighten that leg even more? We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, she was spicy. We're going to lift up and then reach the left arm up and overhead into a nice side bend. Release a little bit of that tension that we just worked up. Bring your awareness back to your breath. I'm completely out of breath. This is why I don't do live videos, because I can't teach and do at the same time. One final little bit to do on our side, and then we're going to even ourselves up so we don't feel wonky, okay? We're going to bring left forearm down. We're going to stack the knees one on top of the other. We're going to reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling. We're in our side plank here, okay? Top arm is going to reach up. We're going to thread the arm through, look behind, and then inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, thread that right arm under. Can you lift up through that waist? And then inhale to reach. So, I want you to imagine like there's a candle here with a flame. You're trying to keep your waist up so you don't get burned. Can you look behind you? Can you press the floor away with your forearms? Good work, guys. Exhale as you go through. Inhale as you reach up. The reason we're exhaling is because everything in the body is contracting when we breathe out. So when we do abdominals, it's really helpful to pair that contraction with an exhale. It makes more sense. It's more logical for the body. It's a smarter way of moving. If you fancy the challenge today, guys, you go for a full plank. The last 5 reps here. We exhale, we inhale to reach up. Can I do it on my 4 legs? Let's find out. I'm doing it with you. Here are the last 3. Last 2. Reach the arm all the way up. We're going to go for little hip dips. You're either in your full plank or your half here. We pulse up and up. We go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower yourself down. Good. Come all the way up. Just bend your left knee in and right knee into the side. Let's just come into a mermaid stretch. Left arm comes up and overhead. From there, you can just rotate the chest, release the arm down as well. My shoulder is healing. And then come back to center. Come all the way up. Let's just go the other way just so that we feel nice and symmetrical. Amazing work, guys. Well done. Okay. We do have to do everything on the other side. How lucky are we that we get to do it again on the other side? Hopefully, although we're going to feel a little bit more tired, that mind to body connection should be there now. Now we can really focus on that alignment and using that breath as well. I'm going to face this way because I don't want to confuse you, but I will be using my back arm, which is my left arm, okay? So, hands come underneath the shoulders. Make sure you're not here. This is giving shrimp, okay? We want to walk the knees back. Maybe you give a couple of cat-cows here, just to check in with the spine. And then when you're ready, you'll find that nice straight back, that neutral spine. If you're curvy like me, as in have a curvy back like me, you want to think of a little lift, so you're almost edging into your cat stretch there, okay? We're going to work through those arms, if you remember those. Let's see if I remember them as well. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, engage the core. Lift the left arm up in line with the ear. And then inhale, lower. Exhale, you lift. Inhale, you lower. So maybe you think about grabbing the floor with those fingers here, just to release a little bit off those wrists. Remember, you can absolutely use a dumbbell here if you fancy it. It's not for me today, so we're going to go without. Think about nice long fingers here. Exhale, when you reach those fingers, imagine someone's pulling your arm away from you, so you can find length through that arm. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Amazing work, guys. You're doing so well here. Stick with me, okay? We do come off the arms a little bit after this. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. On this next one, you're going to hold the arm up in line with the ears. We're going to swing it around to the side. Keep that level, keep that height of the arm the whole time. It comes back in front, we lower it down. We lift. We open out to the side. We bring it back to center and we lower. Remember, you can come and shake off those wrists at any point, finding that really nice alignment. So if you feel your alignment starting to slip, you just come out, you shake it off, we go again. You don't get a medal for doing the most reps, okay? So you go with what your body will allow you today, but don't forget we're here to push ourselves. A lot of the time when I teach, I'll show an exercise and people think, oh my God, I can't do that. And then they try it and actually it's fine. So we want to push ourselves but safely. On your next one, reach the arm up, open to the side, stay out to the side in line with the shoulder. We lower and tap, we exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Draw the tummy muscles in. I am sweating. I need to get that AC up. Inhale, you lower. Exhale, you lift. Find that contraction in the back. Lats are squeezing as they lift. Inhale, they lower. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Reach the arm up. Sweep it behind you in line with your hip. Palm in towards your glutes. You bend your elbow in. Extend forward. Bend your elbow in and extend back. Little squeeze at the back. Extend forward. Bend it in. As it reaches back, add that little squeeze up and lift so you can really start to activate the triceps here. This is your last rep, or last set, sorry. We have those little tricep pulses and then we are done for the arms, okay? Give me 5. We're here for 4, you got it, good. Keep pushing, here for 3. Here for 2, reach the arm forward, breathe in, reach the arm all the way back, we pulse the arms back for 10, 9, squeeze, 8, 7, feel the back working here, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release the hand down to the mat, sit back on your glutes, again just open up through that chest, roll those wrists out, we're going to work into those left glutes this time. I'm just going to swing myself around, stay facing that way. Remember that we're going to come down onto the right elbow this time and we're going to be working the left glute, okay? Right forearm, my left hand is coming on top of my right hand. And then from here, I'm going to bend my left knee in. We're going to work through those donkey kicks, okay? So inhale, we lower. Exhale, lift. Kick that leg up. I want you to imagine like you have a plate on the bottom of your foot. Or you're holding a plate up with the sole of your foot. Okay, so nice and flat. You're kicking up with that heel. Exhale, you press. Inhale, you lower. I don't know about you guys, but my glutes are activating way quicker on this side. And don't forget, obviously we've done the other side. The left leg is stabilizing on the other side. Now we're working it through some tension. So she's going to feel tired and that's fine because that's how we grow muscles and strength. So breathe through it. We take the rest when you need. Exhale, you kick. Inhale, you lower. Remember, if you have ankle weights on or a resistance band, you can take it away at any point. If it doesn't feel good and it doesn't feel right, then take it off. You don't need extra props. A lot of the time you just need your body weight, as shown. All right, on this next one, kick all the way up. Hold, you're gonna add that hamstring curl. You extend the leg, you bend the knee, you draw all the way in. Try and keep those hips nice and square here. You kick up, we extend. Keep the leg lifted, keep that knee high, and you bend all the way back in. So you wanna think about your heel being glued to your glutes when it comes in. That's going to help to find that little squeeze at the base of the glute and the top of the hamstring. Rib cage is drawn together, so careful we're not arching. When we get tired, we tend to sag through the core, so make sure you're nice and tight there because that's where those lower back issues come from. So try and keep nice and tight through the core, even if you drop the height of the leg, that's absolutely fine. Let's go straight with those hamstring curls. We straighten, we bend. We exhale, straighten, inhale to bend. Good work, guys. I am absolutely dying. I'm trying not to show it, but my glutes are screaming at me right now. Last 3, last 2. Straighten the legs out, hold, point the toes, rainbow. We lift up, we tap to the corner of the mat. We lift up, we tap to the left. We lift and tap to the right. We come over to the left. Remember, we're trying to find minimal movement through that pelvis here. So So try and keep nice and stable. There will be a little bit of movement, that's normal, but what we want to avoid is that excessive arching. Okay, so the leg doesn't have to go high, remember? We're just lifting up. Ooh, and lowering. I'm just going to shake it off a second. Ooh. Keep going here, nice and proud through that chest, guys. Maybe you take your gaze with those legs. We're here for last 10. Last 9. We have 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Bend the knee in. You're going to turn and face me. Take your right leg out. Extend your left leg nice and long. Okay. Right hand goes down. Left arm up towards the sky. Find that nice stacking of the hips and shoulders. The left leg lifts and lowers. Ooh, that left leg is feeling heavy. Remember, if you're wearing ankle weights, you can take them off if you need to. I half regret my ankle weights choices here. If you're halfway through a workout and don't hate it, I don't think it's a good one. I'm currently hating this, so that's how I know it's a good one. If you hate me, that's also normal, okay? Good, on this next one, lift. Reach the arm up and overhead. We bend elbow to knee. We extend. Find that contraction in the left side of your waist. This is a really good one for the obliques as well, even though the glutes are going to be on fire. Elbows to knee, and we extend. We're here for last 5. Last 4. We have 3. 2, extend the leg, lift the arm up to the ceiling. Last pulses, we're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. Reach that right arm up and overhead into your side bend. Just bring your awareness back to your breath here. Come all the way down. We do have those side planks to be getting on with. And then you'll be glad to know we've got some abdominals, but we'll be lying down, okay? So it kind of feels like a rest, but it's not. So right forearm goes down. We stack the knees one on top of another. We lift all the way up. Left arm goes long. Let's start to thread that needle. So exhale, we lift up through the waist. We reach the arm under, and then we inhale to lift. Exhale. Inhale, you lift. Again, we want to find control here. You want to find that little lift in the waist. Imagine that candle, that flame coming up to your waist. You don't want it to burn you. Lift it all the way up. Press the floor away so you don't get this, okay? You want space between the ears and the shoulders. How slow can you move through this exercise? Remember, if you fancy it, you can come up to your full side plank. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core. This is full body here, okay? Notice how I've gone really serious. It's because I'm feeling it. I've had to look in. Here for 3. Here for 2. On your next one, reach that arm nice and long. We start to pulse those hips up and down. We go for 8, 7, you got it, 6, 5, use your breath, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Bend your legs in, reach the right arm up and over, coming into that lovely side bend, well deserved. And then from there, can you just rotate that arm down towards the mat? You should feel a release on the side of the back here. Come back to center. Let's just reset ourselves by going over to the other side. You can also just look up and down to release that neck as well. And then come all the way up. If you have ankle weights on, I highly recommend removing them for abdominal work unless you are advanced. I don't wear ankle weights in my abdominal work because I don't think it's good for my back. So let you make that choice. If you're unsure, take them off. You'll still feel the abdominals. You don't need the added weight for the lower back. Swing your feet to the end of the mat. Bend your knees. You want to be nice and parallel, feet planted down on the floor. Bring your hands behind your thighs here. Open through that chest, find your nice straight back. Take a breath in. Exhale, we're going to roll onto the tailbone, start to scoop that belly. We're going to roll all the way down to our modified roll down. So you're going to only go as far as you can keep the feet on the floor. Tuck the hips under. You'll feel that core engagement as soon as you get there. Inhale. And then exhale, slowly start to restack. You can use your hands and your thighs for some support, or if you are feeling strong in the abdominals, you release the arms forward. Exhale, you roll. Find that contraction through the core. Hips up, pubic bone pressing up to the ceiling. Roll the shoulders back and down. Tuck your chin. And then you roll up. So much to think about. Inhale at the top, let's start to lift the arms up. And then exhale, start to roll vertebra by vertebra. So this is a good one for the spine as well. So although you're going to feel the core, try and think about separating through each vertebra. Now if you get shaky, that is very normal. Exhale. If you don't like the feeling of the shake, just don't go as far, okay? Right, if this is a good level for you, you stay with your modified roll downs, okay? If anyone wants slightly extra, you straighten the legs, you go for your full roll down. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So you roll all the way down, vertebra by vertebra. At the bottom, you fully extend down onto the mat, arms go overhead, breathe in. Exhale, arms come up and overhead, you tuck the chin in, press your lower back down into the floor, and then reach the arms all the way up. You're either with your knees bent here, rolling through your half roll-ups, or you're in your full expression here with those straight arms coming all the way down. Now, if you're not sure, give it a try. You might surprise yourself. You do have to use a little bit of momentum, and as your core gets stronger, you'll be able to play around with the levels and then start to use a little bit of core connection and less momentum. When we get to the bottom, I want you to really resist coming fully down onto your back. Again, finding that lovely core engagement. On your next one, guys, wherever you are, with your straight or your bent legs, I'm going to show you the modified version. You're going to roll all the way down onto your back as slow as you can. Slow, slow, slow. Like you don't want to go down to the floor. Resist. Keep resisting. Keep resisting. And then when you get to the bottom, you're going to fully extend arms and legs overhead. Just take a couple of nice deep breaths in here. And then bring the legs in. We're going to work through some dead bugs now, okay? So, you're going to scoot yourself forward so you're in the middle of the mat. Arms are going to reach up towards the ceiling. Now, as your back is on the mat, is currently neutral spine. You are more than welcome to stay in neutral spine if you have the core strength to stabilize it. If you feel that your lower back is overly arching in your core work, I want you to think about gently pressing your lower back down into the floor. Now, not everybody can flatten, so you're going to go as flat as you can, right? We're going to bring the right leg up to tabletop. Breathe in, engage your core, left leg comes up. Left leg, right arm, we extend out. Nice and long, keep that lower back pressed down into the floor. And inhale, reach the arms back. Exhale, we go nice and long. Inhale, we come back to center. Good, so we're working opposite arm to leg here. I want you to find length in the arms and the legs, like someone's pulling your fingers and your toes away from you. Now, if this is too much, you can place the feet down and you can slide the leg, hover an inch off of the floor, bring it back in, and then extend. So you can absolutely do this with the legs not in tabletop. You can also do it just with the arms in tabletop, okay? So those are your two modifications if this is feeling a little bit tricky for you today, okay? find that control. Check in with your core and be honest with yourself. Are you arching? Try and keep that lower back down. If you can't, you lift your leg a little bit higher. So you don't have to be touching the floor. In fact, I would always cue clients to be about 45 degrees with those legs, unless, like I said, you can maintain that back. All right, guys, you're feeling strong today. You can go double arm, single leg. We're really challenging the core here. Exhale. Good. Again, pick your poison. You want to be challenged, but safely. For the last 8 counts, if you fancy it today, you go double arm, double leg. Do I fancy it? I don't know, but I'm gonna show you anyway, okay? Exhale. Arms and legs go up and overhead. Inhale as they come back in. Last 7. Good work, guys. Amazing. You're doing so well. We're at the last push of class now. Don't let that core go slack. Good. We have last 5. Last 4. This is where the cueing goes out the window because I can't speak at the same time. Last 3. Keep that lower back pressing down, those rib cages together. We have it for last 2. Inhale, make this one your best one. And exhale, 1. And then knees in. Cross those legs, give the legs a little hug there. Well done, guys. We're going to bring the right leg up to tabletop. You're going to hold onto the shin. And then exhale, lift head, neck and shoulders. Knee is going to come towards your nose. Okay, from here, you're going to extend the left leg out. You're going to pull the knee into the chest twice. We exhale, exhale, and then inhale, we swap. Left leg, exhale, exhale, swap. So this is single leg stretch. So you want to pull in twice, and then exhale and then inhale, to swap. So you want to see how high can you get off of the mat. Good. You keep the head up. Now, if you can't, you lower the head back down, okay? So if you're feeling it in the neck, you lower the head down. If you want a challenge, you do straight legs. And exhale, exhale. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale. Good. We're here for last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Switch. We switch, you're either bent or straight. It's exhale and exhale. Can you lift a little bit higher? We go for last 8, last 7. We have 6, 5. Pressure lower back down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, guys. Bend the knees in, knock them side to side. Amazing work. That got the heart rate up. We have one final exercise here for the abdominals, and then we have a plank, and then we are finished, okay? So, you're going to take the hands behind the head, bring your legs up to tabletop, press your lower back down into the mat. We're going to lift head, neck and shoulders up. From here, you're going to bring right elbow, left knee. Back to center, stay lifted, left elbow, right knee. So you're alternating between obliques here. Inhale back to center. You're staying lifted for that extra challenge. Now, if you fancy it, opposite leg extends. So as your right elbow comes to the left knee, your right leg will extend out nice and long. We're here for last 10. Good. Last 8, 9, can't count. 8. Good. 7. We have 6, 5, 4. In 3, we're going to speed it up. In 2, in 1, we speed it up for last 10, 9, it's an exhale and exhale. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work, guys. Lower yourself all the way down to your backs. And then from here, you can roll yourself up the length of your spine if that's comfortable for you. If If not, just come all the way up to seated. Final exercise, I promise. So give it any last little bit of energy that you have. When you're ready, press your hands down into the mat, you step back into your full plank. Hold it there. Check your plank position. If you don't have a mirror, feel it. You want hands spread wide. Shoulders over your hands. So shoulders and wrists in line. Hips are tucked. So careful we're not here. Okay, breathe in. Exhale, you're going to lift the hips. Keep your heels high. You're going to scoop your abdominals, look to your toes, and then shoot forward into your plank. Exhale, pipe the hips up. Exhale, press. So it's different than downward dog, guys. Don't press into your heels. Keep your heels high. Scoop the belly up. Nice. Good work, guys. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lower. Pressing those toes down into the mat. Hands are gripped. Can you scoop that belly even more? We're here for last 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you start to add a knee in? So you pipe. As you come to your plank, you draw left knee into chest. Pipe back, and then we go right knee. Shift that weight forward into your hands. Find that abdominal engagement as you drive the knee forward. Maybe you start to bring opposite knee to opposite elbow. We're here for 10. We're here for 9. Good work, guys. We're here for 8. Can you speed it up with control for 7? We're here for 6. We have 5. We have 4, 3, 2. Step your legs back. Come down to your forearm plank. I promise this is the last bit. Nothing else. We're just going to hold. Press that floor away. Squeeze the glutes. Just hold it. We breathe. Good work, guys. You got it. We have 10 more seconds of work. I'm even looking at a clock, so I know it's going to definitely be 10 seconds, okay? Last 3, last 2, and 1. Drop the knees. Press back into a child's pose. Whew. You can start to deepen that breath now. You can come into a shell pose. So you can bring the hands behind the back. It's a little bit more restorative. If that doesn't feel good, you could come into a puppy pose. So you bring the glutes up and off of the heels and just press back. Good work, guys. Spicy one today. I'm not sure how much I like cueing live. But it is kind of fun to do it with you. So thank you for being here and watching and moving with me today. I am going to cool you down, but if you are in a pinch for time, you can stop the video here. Make sure you do a little bit of a cool down yourself just to avoid any injuries. I'm going to cool you down now as well, so if you're going to stick with me, let's stretch together. So come into a cross-legged position facing the front of your mat. We're going to stay grounded through the glutes here. We're going to reach the arms all the way up. And then exhale, come into a lovely side bend. Shoulders away from the ears. Make sure you've just got a soft bend through the shoulders, the elbows. Going to bring hand behind the head. Open that chest, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, can you bring that right elbow to left knee? Inhale, you lift. Exhale, you rotate. Inhale, you lift. Can you open that elbow a little bit further? Exhale, you rotate. Come back to center for me. Extend that arm all the way up and over. Turn your chest down to the floor. Reach your fingertips forward. From there, we're going to swing all the way around to the other side. Open out. So now your left hand is up and overhead. Reaching over to the right side. Find length in that left arm. And then exhale, bring hand behind the head. We rotate. Exhale. Inhale, we open that chest, look up to the ceiling. Just take this time to bring your awareness back to your breath and your body. Check in with how the body is feeling, how the mind is feeling. Reach the arm up and overhead, rotate the chest down towards the mat. Hopefully you're feeling mentally a little bit clearer, physically maybe tired but more energized. And then open all the way back up, swing the arm up to center. And we're going to come down into a standing lunge, a kneeling lunge. So right knee is going to come back. Hands will go either side of that left leg, and we're just going to lean forward into your lunge or your lizard pose in yoga. Just to release through those hips there. If it feels good to rock side to side, you can. If mobility allows, you can maybe clasp the hands behind the back, open through that chest. And then exhale, hands down to the floor. You're going to straighten that left leg for me now. It's your version of straight. So if it looks like that, it's absolutely fine. Just use your breath to release a little bit of that hamstring. What happens is when it's tight, we hold our breath, which is not very helpful. So just try to deepen that breath down to the belly. And every time you exhale, maybe you soften a little bit through the hamstring. From there, bend your left leg. You're going to sit onto your right glute. So scoot your right glute forward. You should have left leg hooked over right now. You're going to use that right arm to give that left leg a hug and then look behind you. So you're in a twist here. So I've got right leg underneath, leg, left leg over the top, and I'm just hugging with my right arm. You should feel a nice twist for the spine. You should also feel a little bit of release for the glutes as well. Good. And then just release yourself up. You can untangle your legs. It's a little bit fancy of me. If not, just come over into your right lunge. So right leg goes forward, left knee goes down. Hands either side. You just gently press forward, open through that chest. Again, you can rock backwards and forwards through that hip flexor. You can also lift up and hold the hands behind the back if that feels good. Just giving the body a little bit of love after a workout. We often forget to stretch. It's so important. It's the biggest thing that causes injuries if we don't stretch after we've exercised. There's no point being super strong but with no mobility. Release the hands down to the floor. You're going to straighten that right leg now, stretching into the hamstring. Exhale. Big breath out. Release through that hamstring. Don't hold your breath and don't hold your shoulders up to your ears. When you're ready, scoot your left leg forward, sit down onto your left glute, right leg should be hooked, and then you're going to use that left leg to give the right a little hug. Hugging that leg, finding some rotation for the back, but release for the glute as well. Bring yourself all the way back to center. We're going to clasp the hands behind the back now. Open up through that chest, so my hands are just clasped here. Just gently start to rock the neck side to side. You can close your eyes here. Just use the last few minutes to be entirely present for you. Bring the head back up to center, flutter the eyes open. We're going to take one final nice deep breath in through the nose, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Palms are going to clasp together, and then exhale, just sigh it out. Hands come all the way down to heart center. You're all done. Thank you so much. much for joining me for today's Mat Pilates class. I hope to see you in my next video and let me know what you thought. Bye!